Welcome to That Shit is Bananas. I'm Savannah. I'm here with Colby and Christina.
What's good? What's good?
So, first thing I want to do actually is address the listeners because I didn't mean to go a month and a half without recording an episode. But life happens, and my listeners they're pretty used to me being flaky. I didn't record for like a year. So,
Right.
and everyone was messaging me like, hey, are you ever gonna, make a new episode? And I'm like, yeah, totally at some point, you know? But
It's hard.
yeah, so I just want to like kind of tell everyone what's going on without telling them all the details. Because for starters, I realize when I tell stories with a hurt heart instead of a clear mind, my anger really shows, and I don't like that part of myself,
Right.
And even though it's like a real part of myself, it's not something I want, to document all the time.
We all have an ugly side.
Yeah. So, so this is what happened. So basically, this whole run of this whole podcast, and I've been doing this for over a year now, I have not been using my equipment. Like, I have my own mics and stuff, but my laptop's a piece of fucking garbage. So I've been using my ex-boyfriend slash best friend laptop. And, it was all fine until, a lot of time passed and things happened. And I, knew for sure that me and him were never going to be anything again, and that was a hard hit for me because I am in love with him, and so having his stuff like hurts my feelings. And so some stuff happened. I'll talk about it in the future. And I returned his laptop, and I knew that meant I couldn't record, so I was just going to come up with another option somehow. And that's kind of how Christina got roped into it, because she has a laptop. And so we tried to, use her equipment and my equipment, and it was hell. And I ended up calling him, because he knows what he's doing. I ended up calling him over, and it turned out, instead of just having his laptop now, because he gave it back to me, I have even more of his equipment to make this thing work. So that is what it is. It's a healing process, as
It is.
everything is.
It is.
And it's just hard, but all right, we're back in business.
Back up and running.
With a new member.
Yes, so new co-host, Christina, my best friend. I thought it would be perfect, whether or not we were using her laptop, because my best friend and my little brother are like the closest people in my life, and
We
it'd be
love
fun.
you, Vanna.
Yeah, much love, gang.
I
Much
love you.
love.
Gang.
Yeah.
Know what it is,
No, it is.
So since it's been a while, it can be a kind of loaded question, but we're gonna go around and try and summarize how we've been doing lately since our last time recording. So I'm gonna start with you, Colby. And I'm interested because I miss you. So
know.
Colby moved out.
Yeah, moved out. Got my own place. I'm actually great.
Well, good for you.
I have my I have my own room.
Amen to that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
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 I cannot be on the couch another fucking day. Swear.
Or sharing a room with a 4-year-old.
Cannot.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been cleaning up a lot less, and my house is a lot more clean because it's one less person. So
Yeah.
it feels good.
It's more like 2 less people.
But I miss you, and when you left, I was like,
Facts,
and we'll get into this, but I was like, I'm the loneliest person of all time. So I'm. All right, but okay. So other than you moving and being great, having your own room, how's everything?
Good. I got a new girlfriend.
Yeah,
know?
I love her.
She's
Me
sweet.
too.
She's sweet.
She's fucking awesome. We actually just got her start playing Fortnite with us and everything.
Nice.
So yeah, she's better than me already. Pretty
Ah.
tight about that. Honestly, today I'm having a bad video game day. I've been getting my ass whooped all day, just taking L after L, and
Yeah.
really messing with my vibes.
Dude, I
But-
wish I had time to play a video game.
I barely have time. So the time I have, I want to win. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
to
But,
win.
like,
I know. No, I get it.
I get that because I just bought a Switch, you know, and I got Mortal Kombat, and I've been so excited about it. But when I do have a free second, I just kind of want to like disassociate and like watch TV, and not, but I'm not really
Same.
watching it. I'm just kind of just like not there.
yeah. I've been trying to watch more stuff. Like, I've been watching Black Clover. That's a fire anime.
Okay.
It's about this kid who's trying to be like the strongest and greatest wizard of all time, but he has no magic power. None. Not a drop. Like, so solid.
Okay.
You should watch it.
Yeah, I will in like give me a couple years. I'll get there.
Yeah. Gotta put in that work.
20 years.
But other than that, yo, I've been good. Been
Good.
Mom's been good. You know, she's
Yeah.
getting out the house, which
Good.
I'm like, why aren't you telling me where you're going?
Right, like where you headed?
Like, I know you're my mom, but I'm also grown now.
Be home by curfew.
Exactly. Like, tell me where you're going, how long you're gonna be gone.
She was here. I woke up this morning, and like these past couple mornings, 'cause the baby's been like regressing sleep, I'm really tired, and Cairo will wake up bitching it. Like I'm talking mean as hell. Like I hate you. Or I don't want to. Hey. And I'm like, you just opened your eyes, and I'm not even there yet. Like the baby's asleep right this minute, and I'm not gonna wear makeup today. I'm just gonna sleep for a couple more minutes, okay? And like I'm like it'll just be a couple more minutes. I'm really tired, and he's just like yelling at me the whole time. And you know every morning the baby's yelling at me too, and so everyone's yelling at me, and I just like look out the window, and Mom's car is there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I go and peek out the door. I'm like, are you here to save me?
Did I win a prize?
She was just there to get the dog food.
Oh yeah.
But she did save me. She stayed a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But good, you're good.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm glad that makes you happy. You know, a little bit of joy
Yeah.
from my joy.
And I do want to talk about like your girlfriend. So like I feel like I'm awkward near her, and it's 'cause I want her to like me, but I think it comes across that I don't like her, but it's just that I'm
I think you both are like just like, oh, let me just put myself in this little box real quick. Like,
Yeah, you're both like getting shy and like.
yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
think it's a dislike. I don't think
Yeah,
that
no.
word's being thrown around.
No, definitely not.
More
Okay.
like an
Definitely not.
awkward kindness.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll
Awkward
get there.
kindness.
Like she's already heard like me on the game with the boys, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the moment I don't like you the most, because I'm like, who is this guy? Like saying these things to these people. I remember when I was pregnant and I tried to sit in the living room. I'm like, never mind. I just went up to my room because you were just like,
yeah.
you were
Cussing.
just saying things I didn't want, talking about people's
Cussing.
grandmas and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a quick phase. That lasted about a week.
All right. But Steen, how are you? What have you been watching? What have you been listening to?
Ooh, I have been watching, as you know, but I've been watching Ginny and Georgia.
Which I
love
put you
it.
on to
I
because
love it.
I watched and I'm like, I need her to understand when I
Yeah,
talk about this.
It's so good. It's like it's got like the teeny bopping stuff to it, but also like the adult stuff.
Yeah.
So I love a good combo, you know, and you know, I see myself in all of those teenage girls, and it's just like,
Yeah.
but oh my god, it's crazy. Watch it if you haven't. I vote yes.
I vote yes.
I'm okay. You know, lots been going on in the family. Heavy weights,
Yeah.
much heavy weights, but you know, we're gonna get through it together. you
Yeah.
know.
Well, it's good you guys have each other to
Yeah.
lean on. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, it's sad. man.
Yeah.
It's real sad.
I know. I
it's
know.
dreary. I feel like a little black rain cloud.
And it's just been things have been off.
Yeah,
Things
I
have
feel
been
like
off.
I know it's retrograde, but I seriously feel like ever since COVID shit has just felt weird.
Yeah.
Just like But like since January, just things have just been wild. Like the amount of things that have happened in such a short time. It makes the year go by faster, and I hate that
Yeah.
because I'm like wishing it away.
Because it's May right now.
yeah,
Which
exactly.
is
We're
like,
almost
whoa,
halfway
dude.
in.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
winter's gonna be over, but we're halfway in, baby.
Birthday
yeah.
month, Colby.
Yeah.
Savannah's birthday month.
And Colby.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Oh yeah, let's just forget about my
Okay, when's my
existence.
birthday, Colby?
Touche.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But you
I hate
knew
when people play that game.
you
know
you knew
my
me
birthday.
longer though. You knew me
Okay.
longer technically. So,
I knew you longer.
technically.
How that doesn't
If-
even make sense. You
if
mean
it's
because
any-
you were young,
Yep.
still wearing the towel on your head when I met you?
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
violation. That's crazy.
Oh, I loved you. You loved me. Cheyenne hated me.
Yeah, her and Cheyenne fought like actual sisters.
But
Yeah.
now I feel like we have a true love. Like we have a love. We don't hang out or nothing. I wouldn't. But like, oh, I'm just saying like. But I feel love with her.
I can
you
only
know?
hang out with her in fractions. It's
Yeah,
okay.
We all,
She knows that.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's just like I just wouldn't hang out with your sister like that unless it was with you. I just wouldn't.
Well, I don't know your siblings' birthdays, so it's kind of equal.
Yeah, I would have not a clue what Cheyenne's was or your mom's or anything.
Fun fact, me, Colby, and Cheyenne are actually born like Colby's is May 11th, mine is May 29th, hers is June 19th.
Ooh, I love it.
So my mom hasn't because she's had to put together 3 birthdays in the month.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I
it
mean?
sucks.
Within
I
like
have
a
cousins
2 week
like that.
span.
We just do a big thing for all of us now.
Yeah.
I have younger cousins that were born a day apart, but like 4 years and a day apart. So it's just like, and they're
Damn.
girls, so it's like.
That's tough.
Mhm.
I always
Mhm.
forget I'm the only boy on like both sides of my family.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, not really. I understand.
I'm
I
like-
guess.
I'm like just surrounded by sisters.
Yeah, that's. Hey,
You
it
love
makes
it,
you
though.
a better man. I really think that.
Wow.
Do I?
I think that like the more men, like when men grow up with women rather than growing up with just men, I feel like they are kinder and they understand women, which is really fucking important. So
Yeah.
Well, and specifically like men raised by single moms have
Yeah,
mostly
a
more
resilience,
respect
too.
for, women.
mm-hmm.
But I've seen it go both ways. I think it just really depends on who's raising you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Because I think that women play a big part into, toxic masculinity too. So
right, if you have traumas from the women in your
Yeah.
life, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah. I
But-
wasn't including trauma.
But okay. So I'm gonna get into how I've been.
Yes, how are you,
Yes.
Vanna?
How are
Oh
you?
God, I could talk forever
That's how
about
I
it.
felt. That's a heavyweight question.
Because it's been a while and a lot has happened. So I'll try to summarize it, but my short stories are always long anyway. I've been great. Like in the sense that so far this is the best year of my life. I've felt a lot better than
Mentally,
ever.
you mean?
Just yeah. But I've kind of been realizing why that is, and it's not the best reason. First of all, it's because I got my tax money. Because I remember I was going through a horrible time, and then my tax money hit, and I was like, nothing can ruin my day. And then that kind of continued for like 2 months.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what's
a,
up.
that's a long time.
Yeah,
so to be
it
on
was-
high off of
It's
something.
been great. And then, now I'm back to normal. No, it's not even that. I've been doing great, but I'd say in the past 2 weeks I've been doing a little less great, and it has to do with the fact that I tried to start dating again, and it has brought me to a low, and I decided I don't want to do this because if it's not making me excited, if talking to somebody's not making me excited and hopeful and feeling good things, especially if it's just like talking to somebody, then
Right.
what the fuck?
Right, then
No.
what's the point?
Because
I
and
know.
here's
That's-
what.
It's tough though when you have emotional connections.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that in my friendship life really hard right now too, so I get it.
And like I think what really hit me is when Colby moved, I kind of sat and it really hit me that like I'm so fucking lonely. And I hate even admitting that, because people will be in your ear like, well, at least you got your kids, and you could call your friends. And I'm like, it's like that you don't
It's
understand.
just different.
Because
Yeah.
here's my life. I wake up, I get yelled at by my kids, and then I drop them
Right.
off and I can breathe on my way to work. And then I get to work. I don't talk to anybody because honestly, everyone kind of talks shit about each other there. And so I just stay to myself because I don't want to be a part of that.
Right.
For once, right? Like, if
yeah.
you're given the option.
Yeah. And so, I just kind of sit to myself. I listen to podcasts, though. So, that's good. I'm not like completely sitting in my head. But I get home and like, yeah, I have kids. I have a baby and a 4-year-old. So it's not like the most.
That's heavy, dude.
It's not like the best conversations. It's them ordering me around and screaming at me.
Right.
Like, it doesn't feel great all the time. They say Cairo. I literally can't talk. Cairo says amazing things sometimes, and we have fun. But like for the most part, I'm just like not a person to him, and I get it. But like it feels very lonely,
Right.
and
can't have like adult conversations with him.
and the truth of the matter is, I've never been in a meaningful, long-lasting relationship. Not ever. The only long-lasting relationships have been extremely abusive,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really heavy. Other than that, it's been very short-lived, not exciting, not comforting or safe or
Just bland.
Not
just-
what it
yeah.
should be or what you think it should have been.
yeah. And so I kind of looked around. I was like, I need something for me. I need someone to, talk to, and someone to watch shows with me, and someone to like fill this void that, frankly, and this, I'm going to get into this, that kids should not fill. My
Right.
kids should not fill the romantic void within me. That's
No.
weird. And
Right.
that's how that whole sense of you're your mama's man comes about with like single mothers and their sons.
Right.
And that's why when their sons grow up, they get jealous of their girlfriends and stuff. It's toxic. It's gross.
Yeah, it is toxic.
Yeah.
And I'm not that. And my sons, fulfill me in a whole other way. They're not going to fill that void. Nothing is until I find something meaningful. And I know that these things are never the way they seem or whatever, but for me, I've never had it. So if I could just have something meaningful, just for long enough to say, I've had that, I've lived that, it would be enough for me not to have regrets. And so
Right.
I tried dating, and it's been a fucking shit show because I don't know what's up with guys, but I've tried multitude different kinds of guys, and I feel like it's not always personal. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's ever personal, but hell, they like to stand bitches up.
Right.
I can't even tell you the amount of times that I have gotten these kids out the door to babysitters, because it's very hard to find a
'Cause you need
babysitter for them both.
babysitters.
Yeah,
Right.
it's hard work for me, and then to find something to wear and make sure I have everything.
Yeah, the
before I
mental
go.
aspect
Oh,
of it all.
it's so hard, and I
Being
stress.
nervous, being
I called you the other night before my almost date. I was stressed about what am I gonna wear, and I was tripping, and then so
yeah. She had a moment where maybe I shouldn't go. Like,
yeah, and so.
because she was overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah, and he canceled last minute. I don't blame him for that because he had a legitimate reason, and I don't blame him for that. I was having a personal issue with the fact that this has been done to me like 6 other times in the past couple months, and the fact that it takes a lot for me to even do that, and then I feel like my time and my energy is wasted, and then I feel absolutely devastated.
Right.
And then I can't help but feel all those other things, like I'm worthless, and nobody really cares about how I feel, or you know what I mean. And I know it's logically that's not it, but it's how I end up feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a magnitude of things and feelings, and it brings back to this and that and the third.
Yeah, because then I was going through everything with my, laptop guy, we'll call him right now. And so I was trying to move on from that, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I really should take a minute and feel this, and I hate it because I just last year was doing the same healing process with something else, and I guess that's life, So yeah, I've been great, but my trying to date brought me way down, and it made me have a mental breakdown in the middle of Christina's kitchen at midnight on Saturday, which was not my best moment, but I did need to cry like that. And I've been upset for a couple days, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to feel like this anymore.
I know. I just want you to know that I'm a safe place, and honestly, like, if I feel closer to you knowing that you can be that vulnerable in front of me, and you needed that. So
Yeah.
don't make me cry.
So, so granted, I still need something for me though. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
Right.
still need something for me because I have my moments to myself where my drive to and from work. Okay, but that's also a very stressful time.
Right.
I need something for me, and dating is not going to be it because it's really affecting my mental health when I feel great, and I don't want guys to make me feel like shit. That
Like, have that power.
I don't deserve
over
that.
you,
I work
yeah.
really hard. I do everything I need to do. I I hold it the fuck down. You know what I mean? So I need something in my life that's gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get a gym membership at the Y.
You should.
Because
should.
then I could just bring the kids to the little daycare thing, and then I could just go feel good because I know that working out will make me feel good.
And what's like weird about you like saying all this is like this is where I was like I don't know if you remember when I was always like every other day I'm like, I'm swearing off girls. I'm going to just focus on me.
Right.
And um at the end of the day, like you really right now you should be building that for yourself before you go out and actually try to find something. Like before I actually started dating Lisa, I was like, I'm done. Like I'm no longer like gonna try to chase girls. I'm literally gonna focus on me. Then my boss was like, oh well, you should just download Bumble and give it a try. So then I did, and I didn't really pay no attention to it,
Right. You weren't trying to be serious
Right.
about it. Yeah.
And then it just happened. So it's like I feel like once you actually start focusing on you and start like going with your own flow instead of trying to find someone else's, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
that
saying?
is usually the universe rewards you when you let things go.
And I get that, and I've seen it happen. But a couple things. First of all, I'm not going to hold on, if I just like let go and not focus on this anymore, it's going to happen. Because then inside there's still that hope. And I don't want to have
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and say this whole experience has been shitty. I'm really proud of myself. I have really put myself out there in a
I'm
way
really proud of you, too.
I would not have. Like, I confessed my love to Laptop Guy
Right.
because I had a near-death experience that I'll talk about at some point. And I was like, oh my God, life is so short. And I had a really high week that week. I was like, everything is up here because I almost died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I was like, I love you. And if anything were to change in how you feel, like, please let me know. And then he kind of just shot me down. But then I was like, all right, so I don't know if I can find anything romantic. And plus, I know how busy I am. So it's not that I was necessarily looking for a relationship. I was looking for just like
Fling shebang?
a fling even. Like just something to do in some free time
Right.
that wasn't just by myself. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
whether that be a fling that turned into something serious, whatever. So I liked this guy at work, and so I literally wrote down my number and approached him, and I was like, here's my number, you should text me. That's something little me would have fucking ran away and hid from.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing too. I've been like, would I be afraid to do this when I was younger? Because I'll do it right now. Because I'm going to make up for all the things I missed out on
Right.
by being scared,
Yeah.
So I did that. That didn't work out. And then I did go on Bumble and ended up hanging out with a guy. And, it was chill. And then he ended up standing me up the second time. And then I ended up meeting somebody just spontaneously, and like we really hit it off. I did not go into it as that. It was more like a business thing. I'm not even going to mention how, because then it'll just be too connected. But like, I was not expecting to have a crush on him, right? And I did. And so the next time I seen him, I just asked him out. And, then all that happened. I was like, oh my God, that's way too much rejection and like being stood up and stuff in like a short period of time. I gotta
Right.
chill out. And I'm proud of myself. I put
Yeah.
myself out there.
Yeah.
People should do that. Women should make the first move. It's bold. It's confident.
Right.
It says something about you. And I stand up for that, even if it didn't work out for me.
Right.
But I put that out there. Now I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to let it come back to me if it comes back to me.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm proud of myself for
Yeah.
that.
You
Fuck yeah.
should.
Fuck yeah.
So,
I'm proud of you too.
see how long that was? I've been great with some with some mixed in
Reverb.
bad. Oh, and then not. There's been a lot of like stuff trying to bring me down. Some last year's drama trying to sneak back up. Nah. Those people, those two nothings are irrelevant to me, and they can go be nothings. I don't need that shit.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
You
cut.
know what I
No,
mean? We're not even
no,
gonna get
God,
into that
no.
because fuck that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cut.
Fuck that.
I was like, bump that. Skip me with that, dude.
Yep. Mm.
Like, but yeah, everything. I'm just trying to get back to how I'm good. I'm good because it's only up from here, really.
Right.
Yeah. You
Right.
know,
Things that
like,
hurt won't hurt forever. I know that from life. You
yeah,
know?
and we were already like at the bottom. We were already at the lowest.
Oh, last year was bottom for sure. I think that's why this year feels so good because I'm like, oh, it could never be as bad as
Yeah.
last year.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's why I'm also like I'm like so content with like where I'm at right now, like, 'cause where I was, you know, that no room, like no room, no house, nothing of my own really, like other than like the things I literally had in my storage unit, which that's literally just my clothes. Like,
Right. Right.
at that point.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
I think last year just humbled us, you know.
Oh, all
Like,
the way, dude.
And
I
it's
was,
like, if we
I
could
thought I was
survive
on
this,
top.
then bring it on, bro.
Oh,
but
yeah.
don't.
But don't.
Yes, yeah, leave that over there.
Hold up. I didn't mean that. Reverse.
Who said that?
But okay, so doing fine. Here we are. All right. So I do want to mention, I just want to plug a couple things that I've been listening to. First of all, I want to shout out a local podcast, the Bitter Baby Mamas Club. Okay. And I obviously relate. So I listened to it, and it's really, really good. And I just want to shout them out. They're on YouTube and on Spotify. And honestly, I think that
That's
any
awesome.
single parent will get something from it. Even you would get. I wanted to tell you to listen to it. I kept
Yeah,
forgetting.
for sure.
It's
I was
with
like, this bitch didn't tell me about this.
It's
No, I'm
with-
just
it's
kidding.
with Jade McDonald and Maddie Parashini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really good. And then, of course, I've been listening to Armchair Expert because that's the OG podcast for me. But there's 2 episodes that like have changed my life recently. First of all, Paris Hilton. I listened to that episode when they interviewed her, and it blew my mind because we have this idea about who she is, and that's not her
No,
at all.
it's not. I
At
learned
all.
that recently off TikTok.
And then I learned some stuff about her life, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now I have to go watch the documentary. I have to go dive into this stuff because my mind is blown.
Right.
My mind is blown. And then the one that really really got me was when their second interview with Matthew McConaughey. It's called Matthew McConaughey Returns. And I swear to God, I've listened to it like 8 times
Yeah.
because it's
I
my
feel
therapy.
like you've listened to it more than 8 times.
When I'm having a really hard time coping, I put it on because I don't know what it is. It's a mixture of the way he talks and all the metaphors he uses that just like hit me deep, dude. Like, and he just knows what he's talking about. Like,
Right.
and I guess he has a book called The Green Light.
Ooh, we gotta read that.
I'm gonna definitely see if there's an audiobook because he's gonna be my therapist and he doesn't even know it.
I
Right.
think he could be the next Morgan Freeman.
He
for you.
is something else. I could listen to him talk for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's very. He's soothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
I need
really,
to marry someone who talks like that because I could just.
one conversation.
I
boom,
don't care what
there's
you're
your-
talking about. Just keep going.
Yeah. There's years of character development. in
Sing
one
me the
combo.
ABCs, baby.
But he said
Just kidding.
the one quote he said, he was like, "Some people throw dirt, some people throw flowers. It's all a garden to me."
Oh,
I was like, yo, throw me off a cliff right now. What the fuck? Oh, but he just hits you with the metaphors. You're
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm
That's
gonna
deep.
get that tatted.
That's
and that
deep.
tatted."
Wow.
But yeah, those are my plugs. I haven't really been watching anything except for Parenthood because I can't focus and I've already seen it. But I still end up focusing because it's such a good show. It's such a good show.
That's
It's on Hulu.
I'm.
You should watch it, Steen.
What is it?
You'd really like it. It's called Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
You really should.
A show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. it's a commitment. It's like 6 or 7 seasons, I think, and it's like 45-minute episodes, but it's good.
Okay, you need to send me the podcast that you've been talking about.
Okay.
And that.
And I was already planning on creating like a family Spotify plan so that you can listen to the freaking stuff that's exclusive to Spotify. There's so many things I want you to listen to
I
that you're
know.
not able to, and
You
it's
know-
bugging me.
Oh my gosh, I want everybody to hear this.
Okay.
Speaking of crazy listenings and things, okay. So let me pull it up so I don't get any names wrong, okay?
Yeah.
So I was on TikTok the other day, and I seen someone posting about, have you heard Miley Cyrus's new album that she released under an alias? And they said like the name of the album and stuff, and then I looked it up and it was on Apple Music, right? And I listened to like most of the album. Hold on, let me tell you what the name was. It was called Down With Me by Clara Pierce, okay? It was 100% like Miley, like I don't want to say authentic, but like she had recorded it live, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like they were super heavy on any. It was I don't know how to explain it.
It was just more like
Low
like
key, kind of
real, I guess.
Yes,
Like
yeah, it was like live. There wasn't so much going on, and I listened to most of the album. It was 100% Miley Cyrus, like you couldn't miss it. But it got taken down. Someone must have freaking
leaked it.
Yes, it was a
Wow.
leak. Yeah, crazy. And I'm sad because like I don't know if she ever wanted these songs out, and like they were really freaking good. It was like the best music I heard from her ever.
No, there's actually like a lot of artists that have just so many unreleased like
I know.
songs.
It
and
always
stuff
ends up being my favorite of their music.
Yeah, and it's usually posted like
when they pass
yeah,
type
like
deal.
after
Or
death, like Juice WRLD and Mac Miller.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
When Lil Wayne goes, listen. When Lil Wayne goes, there's probably so
Right?
many unreleased songs of this man, and he just
I wouldn't doubt it.
he's so set for life that he literally is only making music because he wants to.
Right. 100%.
Like he's like he'll just randomly drop a remix out of nowhere and just be like, "Yep, here it is."
Because whenever you're talented like that and it's also your passion, like you kind of just do it to do it. You're
Right.
not doing it for the money anymore.
I'm a slacker.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I've been slacking with all this moving stuff. I haven't been going to the gym. I've been eating terribly. Like
I'm actually not a slacker. I wish I
No,
could
you're
slack.
not.
no.
Sometimes I
slacking.
sit and I'm like, wow, when's the last time I slacked? Actually, no, but for real, there was like a couple Saturdays ago that I was free, and I was like, oh, there's so much cleaning I have to do or whatever, and I was like, I really should do the things I need to do, and I like sat down at the kitchen table, I ate something, I read my horoscope, and it said things to do today. Naps, and I was like, say fucking less, and I took like a 5-hour fucking nap, and it was
I love it.
amazing. And then I did nothing the rest of the day. I just watched TV. I just laid there and pigged out, and I felt like shit after that. And I was like, oh, I needed this.
It was like the
Yes.
best shit feeling ever.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, remember when you used to eat too much and lay down and not do anything or think about anything? Ah,
Right.
those were the days.
For real, though.
And I had a lot of cleaning to do the next day.
Oh, yeah.
I know, like, it never...
And it's always there for you. That's the
Yeah.
point, is if you have a moment to rest, the cleaning is going to be there. Except
Right.
for me, it's like if the babas need done, I got to do the babas. Cause it's fucking post-traumatic stress disorder is fucking...
Smells.
No, it's
Oh.
just the little pieces.
Oh,
and
I know.
there's all these nooks and crannies that get all the formula goo in there, and it's
I
like,
know.
oh my god, just why?
Yeah.
And that's
I know, it's
another
brutal.
reason why I'm so happy I have my own place. You know, like, I hated doing the babas. Hated.
But Colby, every time you did it, I wanted to cry with happiness because all I was thinking about the whole day is, oh, I gotta get home and do those babas. And you all you would do that day is the babas. I'd be like, that's cool. That's all I wanted. Whereas mom will come over, she'll clean this whole fucking house, but she'll leave the babas. I'm like, dude, that's the only thing I needed you to do. Like, why? Appreciative and also a little bitter.
That's funny.
That's hilarious, actually. Like,
I always
Cheers.
hated doing the babas too.
I just hate doing the repetition. If
Yeah.
it's the same thing over and over and over again, I will literally claw my eyes out.
Yeah,
Like,
it's brutal.
Some nights, all of them are dirty, and I'm like, I'm too tired, and I'll just take 3 of them and I'll rinse them with really hot water, and I'm like, you'll live, because I can't right now.
make them strong.
He is strong, but we know that.
He's a man.
But okay, let's get into our stories for sure. All right, so the topic is fights,
Fight night.
and I know Colby's got a multitude of stories. So hit us with what you got.
Well, there's that one time where mom got into that skirmish in the parking lot.
I was gonna use that one. Are we gonna tell it together?
You could tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
you remember a lot more vividly than I do.
Okay.
But what I do remember is I think you slapped Dakota because she hit Cheyenne. I want to say.
I'm just gonna get into it.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
get
gonna
into
get
it.
into
Dive
it.
in.
Okay. So actually what happened was I was like 14, 15, so I was a pothead, right? And I was high as fuck. I was just in the kitchen and I was snacking, and Cheyenne comes in crying that Dakota hit her in the backyard. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, because I know my sister and I know she can be very instigating. And so I felt like if somebody slapped her, she probably instigated it, right?
Right.
And so I didn't think nothing of it, but mom was like, Savannah, you got to do something about this. You're closer to her age, because Dakota was older. And I'm like, oh, really? And specifically because I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. I was raised to fight, don't like to do it. Okay, won't if I can avoid it. And so, high as fuck, I go into the backyard, and Dakota's there. She's like, scared. And I'm like, you hit my sister? And she was just like, yeah, she was blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I get that. And then I was like, just don't do it again, okay? Then I left. Like, I was not in the way to be doing that.
Right.
And so,
Right, like you weren't angry at her, so
No.
how can you just like hit her?
and I was high. Who wants to
And I
do
was
that when
stoned.
they just smoked in the woods? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
I was like, I got some Cheetos in there that I want to get back to. So,
So don't hit my sister.
although it probably wasn't Cheetos because we didn't have snacks like that in our house.
Right.
You always
it was
had
probably
pizza
just
rolls, and that made me
Cheez-Its or
happy.
something.
like,
Like,
nah,
so
not even that.
off-brand,
It was
like-
it was probably like a pickle or something. So anyway, next thing I remember, I'm still outside. I'm actually actively walking to the house, but suddenly, I think mom went to go tell her mom, Teresa across the street, and all of a sudden they're arguing, crossing the parking lot towards our house, like towards our backyard, and I think I don't know what the deal was with them, but mom thought she was coming to like do something to the kid. I don't know. And it was just a lot. I think that maybe Teresa was going to come hurt me or something, thinking I just hit her daughter, but I didn't. And then mom was like arguing with her, like, why aren't you going to take responsibility for the fact that your daughter hit my daughter? It was just like a whole thing. They were like screaming at each other. Next thing you know, in the middle of the parking lot, they are fist fighting. Okay, and this was not a irregular thing for our mother. Okay, I've watched her do some stuff, but I've never watched her fight like a woman. I've only watched her fight men. I've watched her put men in chokeholds until they're like, please stop, and she's laughing, and they're like drooling, and they're begging for their life.
Oh my god.
In the kitchen, right? Okay, so this has been multiple times, and so, because she's a strong gal. So, but this was like a fair fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were beating the shit out of each other. They were rolling around in the parking lot. And I'm just watching. All the kids are in the backyard like, oh my God, going
Laughing,
crazy,
dying.
going crazy. Manny rolls up on his bike and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, look who it is.
He's so nonchalant. You know, Mimi, she strolls over, right? And she's just like a firecracker old lady, right?
Yo,
She
she's
strolls
like
over.
the whole mom of
She,
all the
she goes up to them,
adults in
she
Fleetwood.
kicks them, she's like, get your ass up, what are you doing?
He said, "You guys are looking foolish in front of all these kids."
Yeah.
That's funny.
So they get up and they're like arguing and they walk away. Mom's shirt is ripped open. She's got a cut on her face because Teresa had a wedding ring on, and they both did a number on each other.
Damn.
And then shortly after that, Teresa brought a bag of ibuprofen to Mom and said, "I think you might need this," which is like such a fucking
That's
Yo.
such a
Wow.
power move.
Yo.
But Mom was like, I was mad because I did. I did need it.
I was mad because I did.
Um,
That's funny.
Oh,
but
we would have
yeah.
been scrapping right after she said that.
I know.
Round
That would
two.
have made me so mad.
Round 2 right there. What? I need some ibuprofen. I'm about to show you. About to give you a headache.
Knockout.
but yeah, like it was pretty crazy.
Dude, there's another one too. Me and Kike's son Jacob.
Mhm.
Me and that kid fought for like 2 hours. Like I'm
Like-
not even
Like in an
joking.
anime
Bro,
end of season.
Swear to God.
Final
Oh
arc.
my
To God.
God.
We were like 6, 7 fighting for 2 hours in the backyard. Like it all started in the pool. I remember because we were play fighting, and I think he dug
Dude,
his
that
nails
shit
in
always
me.
gets too serious when you play fight.
Yeah, man, because he dug his nails into me, bro.
Made
Like
you
I was
mad.
like, nah, bro. And y'all remember me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I lost it at any given moment. Like,
All of my most serious fights were with you
yeah,
when play fighting got too serious.
Yeah.
100%.
And you would whoop my ass. You were 5 years younger than me, and I won't deny it. I won't deny it.
It's like not funny, but
But you pulled out some dirty moves though.
Oh shit.
hey, you know who our mother is.
Hey,
Like the pipe in the back of my
Look,
leg.
Look, I feel bad
The
about
fight
that
was
today.
over. The fight was over. He
Oh,
comes up
no.
behind me with a fucking metal pipe and hits me in the back of my fucking knees.
Oh, yeah.
And I crumble to the fucking ground.
You
and
could have shattered
him
something.
and
Nah, it was
Mom
crazy.
seen this. It was like, what the fuck?
No, because listen, man.
Oh my
Listen,
God,
man. I
bro.
remember this vividly.
Oh
alright?
shit.
So
Because I stepped on your ankle.
you didn't step. There was no step about it.
There was
Okay.
no step.
Look. So we're play fighting. I'm letting her beat me up, obviously, because I'm 12 and I'm 3 times her size, you know, and so I'm laying on the ground. You know, she's like fake stomping me, whatever. And then once she gets to my ankle, in her brain, I'm thinking that she just thought she was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna hurt him at all," and just bam stomps on my ankle.
She
hard
reacted
as
on
hell.
impulse. Yeah.
Hard as hell. That hurt so bad. Like I snapped in that moment. Like I literally got up. I walked out on the porch. She's turned around like talking to Cheyenne and her mom, whoever was on the couch.
And
And
you're
walked
blackout
back in.
mad.
Oh, dude, seeing nothing. Like so I had you know those brooms that you could like unscrew
the base.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just a metal broomstick, you know? And so I came back, she's turned around, and I cocked back like as far as I could, and I went whap,
Oh my
whap,
god.
right across her shit.
Oh
And
my god.
she collapsed, and I was sitting there mad. I was breathing, I was still holding it. I was like, you know? And then she started like really crying, like because at first knocked the wind right out of her. I remember 'cause she was like,
Oh,
it was just
that's so
no
sad.
preparation. And then Mom had to like walk her up the stairs and lay her down. She was like, she can't walk right now.
Oh my god.
She'll never walk again.
You broke her. You broke her.
I was like, yo, I didn't even mean to go that far.
Did you get your ass whooped? Because if not, that's
I
not
don't think
fair.
I did.
Wow.
In all seriousness, I
That's
don't think I did.
hype, but
Savannah would have got her ass whooped.
with a
That-
belt.
That was around the time Mom stopped hitting me, though.
Yeah.
Like,
That was around the time it stopped.
like I was like, I think after like 10 and 11 is when she was like.
She's
she
like, you
just-
know, I did a number on your sister, so I'm gonna let y'all off the hook.
Yeah, she hit Savannah until she was like 16.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
That's actually one of the fights I want to tell.
that ain't gonna be me though.
That ain't good. That'll never be me. No.
And actually, our last physical fight was when I was 18, and Justin, my ex, lived with us in the Bear
Yeah.
Ridge house, and there was this flight of
I
stairs.
loved that house.
Me too, just
Oh,
not
me.
everything that happened there.
No, of course not.
So there was this flight of stairs that went up the back of the house into my bedroom, which was cool. My bedroom was like huge. It was like a little apartment. I loved it.
Yeah, it was dope.
But so what was going on is, and we'll get into like the details of this time in my life in the future, but I was in a horrible relationship, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so me and Justin had to move because Mom was moving to North Carolina. And me and Justin had to get our apartment. So she worked overnights at Walmart at the time, and I had to pack our stuff. So during the day, I was packing our stuff, and I was really trying to be quiet, but I had to vacuum. I was listening to music. I really wasn't thinking about it that much.
Packing's not quiet.
No, never
Not at
is.
all.
And we would know. But so I was packing, and she went downstairs and was like, I guess bitching to Grammy about it. Grammy comes upstairs and is screaming at me. She's like, I want all the stuff I ever gave you back right now, because that's what she does for some reason.
Damn.
So she took like half my shit, and that's cool. And I was like, whatever, less stuff to pack, whatever. So I go downstairs because I think I had to get something, and Mom was in the kitchen, and she just starts going off on me like I came downstairs to fight. But that's not why I came downstairs. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought, wow, shit's really popping off. And so she's screaming at me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not dealing with this. And so I go up the stairs, and she's following me, and she's screaming at me. So she's like, you're just going to walk away, blah, blah, blah. So I turn around, and I'm like at the top of the stairs, and she's just screaming at me. So I just like cross my arms. And I don't know why she took that as I was going to hit her or something. I just crossed my arms, and that's not even in my character.
I can't even picture you like
she
going
thought I
to-
like puffed my chest out or something. I'm like,
What?
you're reading into it too much. I didn't do that.
It's literally because she was mad and wanted to
Yes,
fight.
exactly.
Right.
She
Projection.
she grabbed my leg and ripped me down the stairs, like ripped me down a flight of stairs.
Those stairs were like a spiral staircase without a spiral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what stairs you're talking
No,
about.
these were carpeted, but they it still hurt like
it was
a
in the
motherfucker.
side room, like towards the back.
Because
towards the garage.
I like slammed with each because she had my leg,
Yeah,
so
so you
my
go bop,
body
bop, bop,
weight.
bop.
Yes,
Yep.
we get to the bottom, and there's this pair of hedge clippers that are like pointing up. So I was like a centimeter from landing on these, and them going in my leg. So I immediately like just grabbed them, like just like an instinct, like it didn't go in my leg. It's okay. She thought I was gonna like.
God.
She doesn't
Hedge
know me at all,
clipper.
because that wasn't gonna happen. She's like trying to beat my ass, but Justin had walked in. He grabbed her arm and was like, "You need to let go. You need to let her go." And so she did. She went back in the house. I ran upstairs crying, and then we didn't talk after that. She moved to North Carolina, and I moved out. And then I actually had a bruise on my thigh,
Yeah.
the
I
size
remember that.
of like Texas, for like 6 months. That shit would not go away because
Yeah.
it was that fucking deep. And Mom is gonna hate that I told this story, but she knew that these stories were coming.
I told her. She was like, "Oh, what's your guys' topic for tonight?" And I said, "Fights." She was like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna get brought up."
Because I told her, I was like, so just so you know, I haven't been in many fights, so you're gonna be in these, because like I'm gonna tell your stories and stories between us, like.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
That's not a fight,
no.
though. I didn't do anything. I just let it happen
yeah.
to me.
I don't think me and Mom have ever gotten physical like that. Like I
where
know
you're both physical.
You've almost been there.
Almost.
I've witnessed it
Yo,
being this close.
I broke everything around me before I put my
She
hands on her.
smashed your guitar.
Smacked Armani right in the face with the string. Because he was there. He was there.
He was
like,
there?
Yeah,
I was
because he
just
was
in my
spending the
room.
night. He was spending the night, and I don't remember why we even were arguing or something.
Something. Isn't it sad when it's a huge fight? You're like years later, you're like, I don't even know what that was about.
I don't know. I think at the moment I just felt like I was just like, just done. I was just some. Oh, I remember. Like, I don't remember the reason exactly, but I remember what was leading up to it. Because she was treating everything she was doing in that house was hypocritical. She was like, oh, don't smoke in the house or on the property. I look out the window. She's smoking a blunt with Wendell. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And then, so then I would smoke in my room, and then she would get all, like, mad. Like, basically, me becoming 18 damn near, and it's just
Yeah.
like, I'm starting to be grown now, and
Yeah.
she's trying to control
Like
me.
if I want,
You know what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
smoke,
And
and you're gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke.
exactly. Like, you're not gonna tell me I can't smoke out, like, in my room, inside.
I get it.
Like,
I get it.
you're outside with all these old white people, knowing damn well they will call the police on your black friends. Like,
With all these white
like,
people.
go on, bro. And so I forgot why she was like yelling at me or something, and then I was like, Mom, just get out of my room. Like, I was just telling her to leave because I was reaching that point, and I was like, yo, you need to go. You
Right.
need to go. And she wouldn't leave. And then she was like, get your shit and get out. And so I was packing my stuff out, and then she was like in my face, just like, get your shit. I was like, Mom, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh
Like,
God.
Like, and
Our mom's all right. Don't get the right.
yeah, she's actually really cool, but like when she tweaks, she tweaks.
When she get mad,
She
the
get
whole
mad.
world is ending for everybody.
And so 5 minutes before, I was telling Armani that I'll never break this globe that we took from our friend's house, and she put my fist right through that globe, right through it, first thing, right, and then so she was bugging, and then
I can tell you what happened next. You
Yeah.
were storming around the house, and then I had a bunch of boxes everywhere because I was planning to move. I was like, I was about to go, and then you knocked one over, and you broke something very special to me, and it broke my
I can
fucking
tell you
heart.
what happened next.
I don't. I remember knocking over the one box, and I was like, "Fuck all these boxes," and I just started punching all of them. Like,
Well, in art class in high school, I was doing pottery, and I made this mask thing. It's like a decoration, and it was half sun
Oh, I
and
remember
half moon.
that.
And it was so it worked. I worked so hard on it, and I was so proud of it, and it was broken forever.
Forever.
Yeah, my bad. Wasn't my best moment.
We've all been.
Forever.
But when I left that room, cause me and Mom were like face to face, like a UFC standoff. Like I was 2 seconds away from actually like being like, I can scrap you right now.
Like, are we doing this?
Like, this is about to happen. And then I was thinking at the same time, I was like, I'm a man. I can't hit my mom. like that's not fair.
Well, that's why you wanted her to go, so that didn't fucking
I was
happen.
like,
And
you
she
gotta
should know
leave.
that. She's the same way.
100%.
She's like, get out of my face or it's going to go down.
Facts, but you know how she is when she's
She'll
like
follow you around.
When she initiates that shit, she's
Yeah.
like, I'm standing on this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, cause you'll be like, oh, that's not what I meant. She's like, nope, I'm already mad.
this is what it is now.
Like,
This is
You're
facts.
fucked. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
No, literally.
didn't you like punch the fridge though? Like,
Oh,
Oh, I
now
remember
I
that.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember
Now
that.
I remember exactly
remember
why we were
that.
arguing. Because this was like the 1 week where she was like tweaking the fuck out. And Cheyenne was literally cleaning her room. And Mom walked by after coming home from work. Must have had a shit day or something. She was like, Cheyenne, clean your fucking room. Da 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 da. I was like, Mom, she's literally cleaning it already. So you don't need to yell at her like that.
and then
Right.
something about the dishes.
And then she got in my face, and then she was like close to me, and then she punched the fridge.
Oh, she punched the
She
fridge.
punched the fridge, and I was like,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
how you
actually
feel?
makes
That's
more
what
sense.
that's what we're
I
on?
remember
oh,
now.
you want to punch it? I can punch it too. So then
Oh
I
shit! Okay, yes, yes.
and then it
Oh
just
my
escalated
I
from
was
there.
just in my room, like, I'm
Oh
gonna stay
my
in here.
God.
Yeah,
I'ma
but
stay
Armani
in
was
here
chilling
and
in the room
chill.
too. I literally went out there to get some water.
What house was this?
This
This
was,
was
in the Woodlands.
Woodlands. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not that long ago.
Yeah, I ended up not moving because I ended up getting pregnant. And me and Mom were actually not talking for like months for a reason I'll talk about in the future. We were not talking for months, and I ended up approaching her in the kitchen. I had all my money to move and everything. I was just looking for an apartment. I approached her in the kitchen and I handed her the pregnancy test. And I'm like, so this is happening.
Yeah.
And she was just like, she's like, yeah, right. And I was like, no. She's like, really?
Like,
I'm not.
Mom, do you really think I'd fuck with
she's-
you like this?
She's like, I'm not ready. I was like,
Me neither.
and so that's how I ended up staying for another year.
Yeah, I literally woke up, just getting ready for school. She knocked on the door. I opened it, and she just like
With a test.
right to the face.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
so Colby was there. I was like, we gotta tell Colby. So we were waiting for him to get out of the shower. We knocked on the door, and I was just like, he's like, you can't prank me like this. He's like, you can't get me like this. And I was just like, no,
Why
I'm
would
serious.
you prank about that?
he really didn't think so for like a couple minutes, and I'm like, no, but it's for real.
Well,
Like,
because it's shocking, you know.
yeah.
yeah, it actually took me like 2 years to actually process. Like,
Oh my god, that's
You're like,
funny.
oh, you have a kid.
as he's walking around.
I came home with him, and you're like, cool. You're just
Nice.
nice job.
Nice
Good job. He's cute.
Like,
Not gonna hold him though, because he's gonna break.
no, I only held him like twice.
I know. Well,
And
you were
the-
younger too.
And then
And
Amore
then-
came along, and he was like, I must hold him.
Cause like everyone was looking at me like, oh, you're gonna hold this baby, and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying.
Well, the
to-"
first time Mom was babysitting, and she had to use the potty, and she's like, Colby.
And I was like, all right, let me. I literally got ready. I got like ready to do it in like
Got ready to do
like
it.
2 seconds. I'm like adjusting myself, and she just kind of just like throws him on me.
Right.
And I'm like,
I mean, that's how it's gotta be.
what?
Just take it.
I was like,
It ain't
bro,
gonna break
no,
unless
man.
you throw it in the air.
So
So
Steen
sad. Fights.
fights. I can think of two I was there for.
I was also thinking
Two?
of one that you were.
Yeah, two.
Okay, well, just so you know, like, ever since I was 15, I have not been able to remember anything. So, can you tell me what the second one is? Because I know I know.
So
the
other
first
than the
one.
Blue October concert.
Yes.
Oh, that
You
was what
don't
I was
remember
thinking.
fighting I'm trying to
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
So, oh my God, it's so dumb.
We were 14.
I'm trying to remember what caused it initially. Like, if there was a backstory, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's because something about she was talking to Tyler or something.
Oh.
That's what most of your fights are about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably.
And then you guys had a feud.
Yeah, so what happened is I heard that she had said that she was going to dump her lunch tray over my head or whatever. And I was like, what? So I threw an open, full bottle of water at her, like walking through the hall, like just like, pew! And it definitely hit her. And it's crazy because her and I never said anything to each other. We were literally speaking through the grapevine, like literally, like
Yeah,
we
people
just-
were like, she said.
Yeah.
And then
And then
Beefing
all of a
through
sudden, her
rumors.
and I both knew without talking to each other that we were meeting up at the end of the school day. Okay,
Yo, that's crazy.
like somehow we fucking knew. But yeah, so I tied my hair up like a badass. We got gym clothes on like a dramatic badass.
and
I
then
was.
it was winter,
Yes, it was winter.
and Christina we left school, and she was like, she knew that Kelsey was walking home,
yeah,
and we were gonna go.
oh, we
to our-
knew we were meeting up outside.
Yeah, and we knew that we were gonna walk to our friend's house to smoke anyway, so it
Mhm.
was all gonna work out fine. So we walk outside. Christina's like walking around like, where is she? We're looking for her. We're crossing the street. We're crossing the street. We're crossing the street. I almost get hit by a car, and then
Oh my God.
and then so she comes out of the school finally with her friend, and they ended up meeting up, and then so they
She started screaming at me, so I was screaming at her, and she actually, I think everybody at that school thought I would throw the first punch, but she did. She threw the first punch, and we just started hitting each other, and it got broken up pretty quick.
Well, because her friend was in the middle. She was getting hit by both of you guys, but she was trying so hard to separate you both.
Was it Breeze?
Yes. And then I was just standing by like, wow, this is crazy. And then Mr. Poole comes
Yes,
out,
Mr. Poole.
and he grabs Kelsey and throws her in the snowbank.
Yes, he threw
And
her, and
then-
I loved that. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. But he had a soft spot for me. I don't know why, but even after that, he was like, "You can always talk to me. Like, you don't need to be fighting like that." Like, I loved him.
So then we're all in the office because I'm like, we're still going to smoke, so I'm gonna just.
I
sit.
broke her glasses.
Yeah. So we're all in the office, and then Christina has to go in to talk to the principal. The only reason I was even allowed to sit there is because we lied and said I was her sister. Okay. So I'm sitting there, and
The school totally believed that she was my stepsister or whatever.
Clutch.
I had like a little bit of weed in my bag.
I
And-
had
and
so
cig-
many pipes on me. I used
and
to carry around like a
cigarettes.
plethora
Yep.
of shit.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
I had all of our stuff in the bag, and I heard she got her cigarettes confiscated because they were on her.
Mhm.
And so I
I
heard
was so sad.
I heard heard the principal talking to her and was like, "Well, does your sister have any cigarettes in her bag?" And I was like, "Oh!" And I got up and I ran to my locker and I fucking put the bag in my locker because I'm like, "You're not gonna fucking search me right now." And I leave and I go to the office and she's gone. And I'm like, "Where's Christina?" And meanwhile, I have her phone. Because I didn't have a phone,
Right.
but she gave me her phone to hold on to. So I'm like, I have her phone. I have all her stuff. We have plans. Where could she have gone, right?
See, I don't remember this.
And then I was like, okay. So I went and got my bag and I left the school and I'm like roaming around outside. I'm like,
What
has
the
anyone
fuck?
seen Christina?
What?
Right?
Why do I remember this?
And so I don't know where I found her, but we found each other, right? I think she went to the bathroom and then she came outside. I was like, where the fuck were you? So she's like, where were you? I'm like, you know what? So we ended up walking to our friend's house and smoking, who is now my baby dad. Super gross. Anyway,
Super gross.
so
he said.
so we ended up smoking, and her mom calls like bitching her out. She's like, "I'm coming to pick you up right now. You're grounded."
Oh, my mom was so mad because the school called her.
Yeah, and so then she couldn't hang out with me for like 2 weeks.
We got really high before we went,
Yep.
and
you
I
left.
got my phone taken away. And I was mad though because I acted all big and bad back then, but I really I wasn't gonna hit her. But she hit me.
Right.
So I defended myself.
You were a very angry teenager.
I was
for,
so angry.
but it was.
I have good reasons.
You had good reasons. We won't list them, but you had good
Someday
reasons.
we can list them.
Someday.
Someday.
We got time on this thing.
I'm a child of divorce.
But the other story I wanted to tell was about our Blue October fight.
Yes.
So me and Christina have been to, I don't know,
12 or 13, maybe 14. We don't even know.
like Blue October concerts.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
We go. We've
Yeah.
gone since we were
since we were 16 and we can get tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah. And so, it was like, I would say like 4-5 years ago, because it was right before I got pregnant. So it was like 2018, like
Damn.
April.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I ended up we ended up going up with her dad and her stepmom. Okay.
Which we usually do. We usually
Yeah.
have my dad and some of my
This was actually their first time coming with us. I'm pretty sure. I'm like almost 100% sure this was their first time coming with us.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
And maybe their second. I don't know, but it was very new. And so the thing me and Christina do is we arrive early as fuck. We wait in line and we get
for
to
like
the
2
front row.
hours. Yeah.
We get to the front of the fucking stage. That is
Like at the
we
gate.
work for
Like,
that.
Yeah, we
You know?
we don't pee, we don't drink. We're just there, okay? Someone offers us a drink, sure. Go get it.
So
Right.
yeah, literally. So we're up there for like half the show's going on, and so
yeah,
far,
they had already started.
yeah, and so no problems.
We were vibing.
And but except for there was this drunk lady, like a couple people down, that was like being really weird, bumping into people, but they kicked her out, right? So no
Yeah,
problem.
So we're thinking we're good.
Yeah.
They
So
getting the drunkies.
yeah. So then suddenly, we feel like we notice that these
Like a wave kind
Yeah.
of. Like the push. You
Yeah.
know. If you've been to a show, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. So we feel these like 3 middle-aged, like 40-year-old women, and they're clearly intoxicated. They're like bumping into us.
Yeah.
You know,
Trying
And
to get
then
ahead of us.
it becomes evident they're trying to get in front of us, but we're
Right.
at the very front. So there's like you can't.
There's nowhere for them to go
Yeah.
unless they literally trade places with us.
So they're
Right.
And that's what they're trying to
they
do.
are. They're knocking us at
They're
this point,
adamant.
and we're looking at each other, and I'm like, Christina,
What
I
are
don't
we
want
gonna
to fight,
do? What are
but
we
like
gonna
it's
do?
starting to get to that point, dude. And so we're looking at each other, and then the one lady like slams into Christina and spills her drink on you.
Yeah, like her drink went up into my hair.
Yeah,
like
and
all
so
over my
she turns
head.
around, and this lady just
I
starts
turn around.
Yeah, Christina turns around, and this lady just starts pushing her.
Yeah.
Right? And suddenly the whole fucking thing is popped off. This shit happened in a couple seconds, but the story we're about to tell it's long.
Felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, for real.
It might have been. I don't know.
So suddenly, me, and Christina's stepmom and dad, we all turn around, and these women are actively trying to fight us. Now, the one
Yeah.
that was behind Christina is literally like kicking her in her stomach, like kneeing her in her stomach, punching
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
The one lady that was behind me was so fucking drunk, I literally just like tipped her over.
And she pretty
At
much.
this point, the fucking lights are on. There's a
Yeah, the
huge
lights
circle.
came on during the middle of the fucking main
and
show.
E's fighting somebody,
My
and
stepmom.
and so at this point, the one lady I was dealing with, she's knocked over. I look over. E's fighting somebody. Her dad grabs the lady that E's fighting and throws her to the side.
Yes.
Goes over to this other lady getting up that I just knocked. Throws her to the side. I look over. Christina's being beaten up by this fucking woman. Christina's clearly not trying to fight back.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So I walk up
I
and I
wasn't.
fucking punch her in the mouth.
yeah.
My fucking
She did.
My fucking hand hurt. I've never done that, and my hand
was
hurt
amazing.
so bad because I hit her teeth. and,
That was amazing, bro.
and then her dad comes over and throws this woman to the side. He's just throwing
He had her
bitches.
chokehold.
He's
He had her in
just
a
throwing 'em.
chokehold.
So suddenly security's around us,
Yeah.
and
They're asking us what happened.
they're trying to remove all of us, but the
Yes.
whole crowd is like, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They were not. Didn't do anything.
Yeah, we didn't mention that there were like a couple girls. I'll never forget those girls.
Yeah.
Those girls that were around us that were like trying to help. They were really.
They were
trying
with
to
us
help.
like the whole show.
And
they
they were
seen
screaming
these people
for
trying to intervene
security and everything.
Yeah.
They were probably the reason that we got help. I don't even know.
because they were trying to kick us out, but everyone's like, no, don't kick them out. They didn't do anything. So at this point, the band has stopped. Like the band is watching this happen too. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
the band's
it's
just
all
watching.
going crazy.
Well, the band is like saying like. Justin was like, I'm so disappointed. This isn't supposed to happen at our shows. And
Yeah.
I'm feeling like,
I feel like they're talking to us, but we didn't do anything. You know what I
right.
mean?
It was so sad.
So these ladies get taken out, and her stepmom says, "I'm gonna go talk."
File a report.
Yeah, she's going. I'm going to file a report with the police, right? So her dad's like holding her. She's crying because she's in pain. This lady like hit her in the stomach.
Yeah,
pretty
like
bad.
I actually went to the ER after because I was coughing up blood.
Damn.
And my hand hurt, but I was still in adrenaline mode, so I was just like not able to really focus on the concert. But the lead singer started like paying his attention on like us, and because she was like crying and stuff, and
And
so
he was like, I'm so sorry.
it was so crazy, dude.
He was. It was precious.
And then we were driving home. I'm like, my hand hurts.
Fun.
I was like, I've never. Now it's like when people are like, oh, I want to punch that person in the face. I'm like, that sounds great, but like I don't want to hurt myself.
The
so
aftermath.
I'm gonna use something else.
Every
Yeah,
time
that
if
was
I
crazy.
I aim for the cheek. Every time. I'm like, I ain't hurt.
I
my
just
hand.
went in because all I seen was like my friend in distress, and her dad wasn't close enough
And
at the
guess
time.
what? I guarantee you, she felt that in her teeth a lot more than you felt that in her hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
it took her back.
probably.
It took
Oh.
her back. She was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Done.
Yeah, and we ended up because my stepmom had to file the report. She filed the report with the main woman that was like attacking me. And ended up finding out her name, and we looked around Facebook. She was a dental hygienist and all this shit with kids and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, she's
could
out
be
here
anybody.
brawling. Like, what?
like fighting like
she literally looked like the mayor's
18-year-olds.
wife. Like, she literally looked like
Makes
the
sense.
epitome of, like,
we were like 22 actually, and they're like
Yeah,
in their
maybe-
40s.
yeah,
like,
maybe.
please, what the fuck? Like, you're
yeah,
a grown ass
it was
woman,
crazy.
and you got punched in the mouth by a 20-year-old. How
Yeah.
does that feel?
For real.
Listening to this.
And one of them went in a chokehold. My dad had this bitch in a chokehold. I was so glad security didn't see that because that was before the lights came. If security would have seen my dad with a woman in a chokehold, he probably would have
Yeah.
went to jail.
Yeah, we were all doing our own thing.
You know, sometimes.
But I had a moment of slow motion where I was looking around just watching what was happening.
Oh,
And then I was like, act.
Act. Yeah,
I
thank you,
get it.
Vanna. Thank you. I didn't want to fight.
She thanks me to this day, but she just kept thanking me. I'm like, okay, what did you want me to do? Want me to
You
lie to
could have just you could have gotten yourself out of there. B, you could have just pushed yourself to the side, or C, you could have reacted and you
But
chose
I
to
wasn't
react.
raised to do that.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
the
You
only-
had options,
that's
though.
the
There were
only-
options.
That's the only option.
Right, I'm hot wired. Like I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it till I did it because I'm hot wired to do it. Like, and I hate that because I don't want to. But
The main reason I didn't want to put my hands on her, though, was because I didn't want to leave.
yeah,
Like, I didn't. I wanted
We
to
didn't
be
wanna
where the
get kicked
fuck
out.
I was. Don't ruin this for me, bitch.
They're
So
taking
I'm just
bows
like
to the
this.
face.
Like, just
Yeah.
get off me. Just get off me. I hold my hands up. Don't touch me.
I'm not leaving.
I didn't want to leave, dude. No, she hurt me. I was in pain. I stayed put, man. I stayed put.
You're a trooper.
Thanks.
but we still go to Blue October concerts. We just went to one a couple months ago because
we weren't as close as we normally are because
That's our ritual.
theater, but it was still beautiful.
yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
But
that was a story.
those are our fight stories for now. We're gonna get into more.
What I've been waiting for.
Yes, this
Mine
is the
are
moment.
kind of deep too. Are you talking about your would you rather's?
Yeah,
Mine are kind of deep too.
they can go any which way. That's the fun of it. We don't know what to expect. But who wants to go
I'll
first?
go first.
Okay, Colby's like, I'm ready for this now.
All right. Would you rather be afraid of the dark or afraid of sunlight?
Okay, afraid of the dark, afraid of sunlight. Oh, afraid of the dark, 'cause I already am, so I already live with that, and I love the sun. So easy answer, quick and easy.
Okay.
What about you, Steve?
I don't know. Like, are you speaking like real or like metaphorically? Like, because
No, for real.
Like,
would I rather be scared?
if
of
you
the
were to
dark,
step
scared
out
of
in the
sun?
sunlight, you'd be like, ah!
Like scared of it.
Turn the lights off.
I mean, but at least you could see. That's tough for me because I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what could be in it at points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, but same thing.
So, I mean,
It's the lack of seeing for me.
I think I'd rather be afraid of the sunlight because at least I could see.
That's true.
I don't know.
In a sense.
Like, 'cause the dark, like, you can't get out of that, man. You can't.
So
like-
you'd rather be afraid of the dark then, right? Like,
Wait, what? No, I'd rather be afraid of the sunlight.
Because if you're afraid of the sun, then you want to be in the dark.
Right.
okay.
I think. Oh, my brain. My brain hurts
What
now.
about you, Cole?
Yeah, you got to answer the question,
Oh,
too.
shit.
You're surprised that you have to answer.
I'd probably choose to be afraid of the dark.
Okay. I mean, it's just
Why?
Well, I like the sun.
exactly when
You
the sun's
know,
shining like
like-
this is
I
amazing.
love the sun, too, but I love the moon, too. I love them both. I'm just. It's tough.
Y'all are thinking way too hard.
Yeah, you're
No.
right.
But yeah, I'm choosing be afraid of the dark. But
Alright.
when it's dark, it's already like so scary. You know?
All right, now Steen, you tell one.
Hold on, I need to pull them up.
All right, I'll tell one.
Yes, please. 'cause
Okay.
I can't find it right.
I was having that trouble before we started. All right, this one this is funny as fuck. Okay. Okay, this one's pretty to the point. Switch bodies with the last person you texted or fuck them.
That's my husband.
It's my girlfriend.
Well,
I can
then-
still answer the question though.
Okay.
Switch bodies? No, I mean so I could fuck him whenever. So I guess I'd want to switch bodies for him. For how long? Forever?
It doesn't say.
So we
Okay.
can only assume the max.
I would switch bodies for a little bit.
Patriarchy. You might as well be a man in this world, you know what I mean?
This is a man.
Since I already have the other option, I'm gonna go for the option I don't have.
Okay, what about you?
Oh, I'm fucking.
I gotta see the last person I texted.
I know, right?
It's you, Steve.
Yo, that's
I would
crazy.
switch bodies for sure because there's so much I want you to do for you that you don't that I would do for you.
Oh my god, I fucking love that.
But I wouldn't mind fucking you either.
Oh my god.
Either one isn't bad.
I love it.
All
I
right.
found mine.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Are we doing 2?
Yeah, tell one and then we'll go back to Colby and we'll do
Okay,
another
sounds good. Okay, are you ready? Would you rather lose all your money and valuables or lose all the pictures you have ever taken?
round. Okay. Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
shit, what was the question? My bad.
Would you rather lose all of your money and valuables or lose all the pictures you've ever taken?
So this one's hard for me because the pictures I have are actually some of the most valuable things to me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a
I
hard
don't
question.
have much money, so cool. I'll just get rid of that. I'm keeping the pictures. Pictures mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
So
I feel the same way.
I'm gonna keep those.
I'm keeping the pictures.
Colby's like, I got dollars, so I gotta think about this one.
Damn, that is breach.
I wouldn't. Yeah, like of course I wouldn't want to lose everything, but like at least I know I could start anew with my photos.
Damn. Cause it's like, I don't want to be broke, right?
Right.
But money and valuables can be
Two different things.
Replaced.
exactly
Yeah.
like achieved
Replenished.
again. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I might have to keep the pictures because, like, if the one of like me and Shy all painted up, like burnt to flames or
That
something,
is hanging in my kitchen. It
I
means
would-
everything to me.
I would literally die. I think a piece of me would die.
Right.
100%.
I literally
So-
have all
You
of
can
mom's
replenish the other
pictures
things.
because, and I told her like when she dies, like she's leaving me the pictures, and I'll divvy them up as they need be, but I'm gonna take good care of them because I love them. I love to pull them out. I love to look through pictures. I just love to look back at like the happy times in childhood
Yeah.
and the shitty ones. Too.
Mine are all pretty deep. I'm excited.
Damn. That one's not as.
Your turn.
Well,
Colby.
we all had an answer and we talked it through, so that's the goal.
All right. Would you rather get a? Oh no, I think that's an easy one. But
It doesn't matter.
would you rather get a paper cut between your fingers every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you eat food?
Oh, bite my tongue. Bite my tongue.
The paper cut.
No.
100%.
Between your
Are you a
fingers.
psycho?
Between your fingers.
It bite my tongue every time I eat.
Dang, that's every
Wait,
trip though.
Because wait, what's the thing with
Biting
the,
my tongue is worse than a paper cut.
What am I? Say it again.
Between like a paper cut on the webs of your fingers.
Like how often?
Every time you turn a page.
Of anything.
You can refrain from turning pages, but you can't refrain from eating.
That is valid.
That's facts.
I'm going for bite that tongue, cause I'll build.
Hell
the
no,
palace.
I'm going for the pages.
I don't read that much, so.
So wouldn't you
That's-
rather
So-
I mean, I guess.
So you would rather get the bite your
bite
tongue.
your tongue?
You would rather
Every
bite your
time you
tongue.
eat?
Yes.
I like
get
to read
cut-
books.
Listen, I get cut by like.
There's audiobooks.
Yeah.
I'll bite my tongue. I
Exactly.
do like to eat.
Look.
Wait. What?
There's.
Wait, I'd rather get the paper. I'm all confused now. I'd rather get the paper cuts in between my fingers, even though
Mhm.
that sounds like a fucking nightmare because it's happened to me.
Yeah, it's definitely a nightmare, but I'd rather do that too.
Bro, what if someone held me to a chair and was like, spread your fingers, and then came up to me with a piece of paper and just.
But
was
that
like,
wouldn't be what happened.
I'll tell them anything
like
they
this
know.
story.
I will snitch on anybody. I
Well,
will literally
this
snitch
is
on
proof
anybody.
that
I don't
everybody's
care.
very different. 'Cause fuck that.
Cause look. It could mean like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You're
You
eating
just
a
told
burger.
everyone how to get you to talk.
100%. I don't care. One, you gotta get me there, so have fun.
You
but,
gotta get me there.
But
You gotta get
How
me
you
to
wanna
the second
get me there?
location first.
but yeah, like I'll snitch on anybody, bro. I don't care.
Okay.
I
over
get it.
that.
I
'Cause-
respect it.
Cause like if you think about it, I get cut by like boxes and like sharp parts of like
You've
the
had
plastic
had
dog
like
bags.
trauma experience with that.
Yeah, man, I've had a sliver
I
underneath
know,
my
on your
fingernail,
nail.
and I would literally choose that over
Yeah.
getting a paper cut between
Mm-mm.
my finger, between my fingers. No,
Biting my tongue, it hurts, bro.
No, you know that
and it
first-
hurts for a while.
not me.
If you do it bad enough,
I'll be
yeah.
like, oh, that hurts, and then I'll just keep eating and
So,
forget all about it.
Just to get a consensus,
Sorry, I guess
I've
I'm different.
I've
My tongue's
changed
more
my
sensitive
mind.
than yours.
I've changed my mind.
Oh,
I would
shit.
rather get the paper cuts because I eat more,
Yeah.
and so would everyone else.
I-
Not
I'm
Goldie.
building that callus.
Okay.
Yeah. See, like everyone's different, man.
Dude, I cannot imagine. Cause then my hands are also sweaty all the time,
Ooh,
all the time,
stingy.
stinging.
So you're gonna
constantly.
bite your tongue.
every trip.
Okay.
All
right.
I'll bite it off right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's neither
Sons
of
of
you have
Anarchy.
watched Sons of, but you've seen that
I've
scene.
seen that scene.
Sons
and
of
I'll remember that
Anarchy,
scene for the rest
when
of my life.
fucking Otto bites his tongue off to keep himself from snitching. He's like, I'm gonna bite my tongue off
And
and
then he
spits
gets-
it at the window.
Yep, and then he gets raped every single day after that.
That's the only reason I haven't watched that show.
Yeah, yeah, it's triggering. It's a
Yeah.
triggering show.
PTSD.
Good show,
Great
but
show.
so triggering, dude. So triggering.
I can't
And
watch that shit, bro. That's
it is.
I'm like,
Yeah, I can't watch it again.
Want me to become
I already went through that.
a villainous, murderous vigilante? 100%.
You want me to?
That's the way to do it right there.
All right, y'all ready for this next one?
That was
Maybe.
I might be the winner for this episode.
Oh shit.
Would you rather smack a tray out of a waitress's hand with tons of people watching, like hundreds of people watching, or try and take a shit in the back of an Uber without the driver noticing?
Oh my god. I'm smacking the tray.
I could easily take that shit.
Me too.
He don't know.
He don't know.
Would I be able to though? 'Cause
Right, you
I
gotta
can't
try.
even pee
So
if
without
somebody else-
You
him
could
noticing?
try and maybe fail. That's the downside.
Yo,
I'm
In the back of an
smacking the
Uber?
tray.
smacking that tray.
Me
cuz.
too.
I'm booking it out that place, but like I'm smacking that tray.
I'm smacking the tray.
You know, because there's never like a a rule to these things. I could smack the tray and be like, I had to.
I
You don't.
had to
It
do
wasn't
that.
personal.
I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
Oops.
I don't know. After watching like Impractical Jokers a lot, like when I like things like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I would have to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to be the person that gets a review that this person tried to take a shit in the back of my car. Oh, but then,
Getting caught
or
up.
like people
They-
have cell phones. Like, look at this person smack this try this hardworking
out.
waitress's hand.
Oh yeah,
Hear me out,
viral.
though.
Go viral. I don't care.
Hear me
I
out,
might go
though.
viral for shitting in the Uber.
That's
Gotta
what
get
I
rich
was just
somehow.
about to say. Am I gonna go viral for shitting in an Uber?
Or
People,
smacking the tray.
Cause I could. There's countless videos in my head of people,
I could just
pooping in the
disappear
store,
off the media
or
though.
like the one of the light skinned chick hanging on the stop sign. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yo, so she hanging on the stop sign. He's like, oh yeah, what you gonna shake some or something like that. And then she just drops a poop right there,
Oh my god.
right on the sidewalk, yo.
Wow.
And he was like, I think you dropped something.
Oh my god. I did not see this.
Yo,
Speaking of, both of mine were from TikTok. I get all mine from that one guy on TikTok. And his thing is, would you rather? Like that's his tag. Would you rather?
Noise.
But he
I'ma
comes
start.
up with some ones that get me thinking. You know.
I'm gonna start.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yep.
All right. Now, this might sound confusing, so listen. I'll repeat it if I have to. Would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
Dance one instead of walk.
Okay. My mind is
Yeah,
all-
okay.
all twisty.
Yes.
Say that again.
Would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
Oh, I'll dance instead of walk. Dance
Easy.
instead of walk. You know, Just Dance by David Bowie was freaking.
Just dance.
Or is it Let's Dance? Wow, I'm really showing some sad colors here because that's
I
one of my
think
favorite
it
artists.
might be Just Dance, cause that sounds.
We're gonna look it up. We're gonna
Let's
cur-
dance.
Let's Dance. I think it's that. Look,
Put on
it's
your
one of my favorite
church
songs. That's why I'm
shoes and
embarrassed.
dance
I'm
with
embarrassed that I
me.
don't know right now, and it's
Let's work.
Yeah, it's Let's
yes,
Dance.
it's Let's Dance. It's Let's Dance. Anyway, so that was on at Walmart today, and I was like, I wish I was just like really confident right now. I would be dancing with this cart as I walk to go get.
See, guys,
the
I
things
would
I
do
need.
the
People would-
singing instead of talking.
You know, people would
I
literally
kind
forget
of already
in
do
10
that.
minutes.
What?
People were literally forgetting like 10 minutes after that happened. Unless
Or
it
they're
was
like, you know what? Look at how good she feels about herself, just dancing throughout Walmart.
three
I wish
three
I could do
things.
that.
They're either gonna forget, they're gonna be like, "Wow, I'm
They're
very."
gonna be like, that's the best
like,
thing I
that's
saw
really
today.
Cool. Or she's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this crackhead on?"
They're gonna be like, you know, I was gonna kill myself today, but I think I'm
Seeing
gonna make
I
another
just-
day.
Seeing that person dance, really
I
just-
just can't dance.
I can't miss
dance.
these moments in life.
I
you know?
can't dance, so it ain't it for me.
puts pills and alcohol back on the
For real though.
Oh, we really
Yo,
take
maybe
it
I
there.
should be a comedian. I kind of like how this
That's
mic
what we're
feels,
doing here.
cracking jokes.
Well, yeah, like I always said, like I don't know why we're not doing stand up, right? But this is kind of our chance because it's not in front of a
Call
crowd.
it sit down.
Sit
Sit down,
comedy.
stand up. Ha ha
But okay.
ha. I have one more.
All right, I want to do it. Let's go.
Okay, this is my last one. Okay. Would you rather have one wish granted today or 3 wishes granted 10 years from now? So 1 wish today, 3 in 10 years.
It's hard because you don't know if you're gonna make it another 10 years, you know.
That's true.
But what if in another 10 years more life adds more shit and you need them 3 wishes? You know what I mean?
I mean, and that's
And if I can't think of one on the top of my head right now, maybe that means I don't need it. You know what I mean?
right.
I would need to
If
really think because
I
it's one
had
wish.
$1 million.
It's one
If
wish.
I
Give me a
had
billion.
$1 million.
$50 billion.
I mean, yeah, if it's any kind of wish, I'd wish for like
Oh
billion.
yeah,
Give me a-
100%. Taking
give
that wish
me-
right now. Gonna be
Give
set
me a
for life.
billion. Give me a billion. I'll do what.
Because I don't know. I mean, I could come
Ooh,
up with
I'm
3, but I'd have to think about it. For a
I'm
little
gonna,
bit.
you know what? I'm gonna take the one wish now, and I'm gonna wish for money. But I'm gonna add a. I'm gonna, because you know how they say to say your wishes smartly. You know, so there's not. I'm gonna say, give me $1 billion, not taxed.
Yeah, bro, for real.
Well, is the government giving these wishes?
Give me $1 billion.
Is the government granting these wishes? Probably not.
But it's part of my wish, so they gotta honor that.
Yeah, I mean, either way, honor it.
And also, don't tell anyone I'm rich. Keep it humble.
Dude, the wish guy could very much take a percentage. Okay.
That's valid.
He's gonna want to.
I think I would take.
He's going to be like, make it 1.2. And you can have 1.
I feel like I would take the one wish and then be like, my wish is to use the next 3 wishes within the next 10 years. Like, whenever I need
Ooh.
to.
Oh,
But
shit.
They say you can't wish for more wishes.
Yeah, that's
It's
usually
it's
a genie
really,
rule.
It's not really more wishes. I'm technically wishing for the other option. It's different.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
like
Alright.
so
I
let's
guess
say-
it depends on what kind of loopholes there are in
Yeah, I
this
need to see this
wishing.
contract.
Yeah, let me see the contract. But
Come on, genie.
if it's the contract I'm thinking of,
Let's rub this interface and see if a genie pops out.
Cause like, what if like
Will
after
Smith?
the wish,
Calling you up,
right? Like, what if after the wish
Robin.
though, I'm like, oh, I have like cancer or something, and I'm for sure gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, well, then I'd use one of my wishes to get the cancer gone.
Right. I know that's tough. Like you could
feel me?
use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's tough, but I'm gonna take that wish now.
I'm gonna take the wish now, cause
I need that money.
I gotta finesse them.
I got kids to take care of. So.
Like she said, the first thing she said is you don't know if you're gonna live another 10 years. What if you lose
Exactly.
out on your wishes? What if you die the next day?
you're like dying in the middle of the street. Like, I should have took
Damn,
that fucking wish.
Damn,
that the
man.
clock?
Like, yeah, you don't want to have any regrets, right? Like,
1 more hour till I can get the wish.
oh yeah, you're holding out. You're holding out. Like, what are you on your deathbed? 1 more year, and I can have my wish.
All right, guys. I have to pee
Me
so bad.
too.
I've been holding it for a while. I'm like, all right. So when we wrap this,
Me too. I almost did a little voice thingy and was like, like a text, like, I gotta go to the
like-
bathroom.
but Last episode, me and Colby were trying to figure out a sign off, and I say, fuck that. It's like so corny. I re listened to it. I'm like, wow, it's so corny, right? So we're just going to end this by saying, I love you guys.
We love you,
Love you too,
Vanna.
gang.
Okay, we'll be back
And
in 2 weeks.
Thanks to our listeners for listening to us
Yeah.
ramble about our shit.
Of course.
We have a schedule to record every 2 weeks, and we are gonna try to honor that to be consistent. Okay?
Yeah, unless someone's sick, we're in it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And we have to switch days.
Yeah.
We have to switch days.
I woke up from my nap to be here.
Thanks, Cole.
I was dead slumped.
Thanks.
And then I heard you calling. I was like, oh, of course. Every time that I see it. And I was
Oh
like,
my
the podcast.
Oh, every time I'm sleeping. This bitch.
This is like my only time I get to see Colby because he left, and so
He left.
He has a schedule he has to see me at least every 2 weeks. That's just how it is. And if Christina's sick, he's gonna come watch TV with me.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds
just
good.
That's
that.
the clutch.
Sounds
Don't get sick though like that for real.
I mean, you can get sick once in a while.
Well, once a year.
good. Guys,
You
get
stop
one
with
sick-
the pressure.
It could
One
be-
sick day.
It could be more than that. We have
Bruh.
shows to watch.
We got shit to watch.
But okay, I do. I love you guys. And
We love you, Vanna.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, listeners. Just
Sign
remember,
off.
I'm the GOAT at Mario Kart. None of y'all can check me.